Hello, my name is Blake Reed Banta, and this is the discussion for the first chapter of Justice. And I loved this chapter. It had me thinking the whole time. Now, it did drear on at times. I loved the premise of the chapter. It really stimulated my thought. And the trolley example immediately had me puzzled because he was completely right in the idea that it was not, there was no difference really, truly, in the premise of it, yet you immediately feel guilty about the second choice. But as I sat and I thought, I was like, why do I feel guilty about the second? And as I rationalized, I found that I thought that the difference was that with the fat guy, or the big man who's going to be stopping this train, there's no guarantee that he's going to stop it. I mean, in the problem, you're assuming that he would absolutely would, but with this, he's when you think about it in a real life situation, pushing someone off a bridge into a train, or trolley, they're much less likely to survive, or it's not plausible or really possible for them to survive. But then you see people, jumping out of the way. You see them, moving. I was like, well, they have to be, they have to like hear it or see it. So that's where I really found myself saying plausible versus possible in the situation. Is it plausible that someone is more likely to survive in a situation rather than the other? And also with the goat herders, I found myself saying, what is more plausible? Are they going with the Taliban's control in that area? It was more plausible, or that they were either sympathizers or that they would go tell they would be tortured for it, and that's exactly what what happened. So it's a matter of, you're comparing the lives that were lost in the firefight. The three men, all the Taliban members they killed, because while still they were attacked, those are lives that are lost. The men in the helicopter, and opposed to 2-3 goat herders, that probably wouldn't have. In that area of the world, it happens often. So the question is, what was a more plausible situation? Honestly, I would have, if I were in those situations, I would have not pushed the fat man off the bridge into the trolley, because of how bad I feel. I don't believe that I have the capacity to kill or be the cause of well, that's still attempted murder. And then with the two lanes, it's more plausible that someone would be able to jump out of the way than 5 people. And with the goat herd, it is much more plausible that these sympathizers would cause the death of your friends, and then those who come to help you, and then assuming that the lives would be lost of others, it's much more plausible that was going to happen than them just going their merry way. So I don't believe I have the capacity to kill, but if it's risking my life or others, people that I'm close to, it would have come down to them before me. And as a Christian, I really hate to say that. I feel very wrong about those, just their life before mine, but in the end, you see how many more lives were lost due to that. So those are my views on these problems. These are how I kind of thought through it, kind of hit my standpoint on those, and how I found really what my moral opinion was on these. So thank you. Have a good week.